football team, just like it is for everybody, and he knows that, and he's
a lot of reps. That helps. That's one of those things, especially a quarterback and running back.
From day one, he's been making plays on the practice field.
I didn't do it by myself. Big ups to my O-line, and my coaches put me in a position.
Greetings from another Brownie Bites YouTube episode. I'm Daryl Ryder, and I'm from Berea's Cross Country Mortgage Campus. The Browns are finalizing the game plan for Shedeur Sanders' first NFL start before boarding an aircraft for Las Vegas.
The football team, just like it is for everybody, and he knows that, and he's again handled the week really, really well. Obviously, tomorrow, the rest of today, tomorrow, about finishing touches when it comes to the game plan and really locking in and talking about owning all those details. But that's where his focus is. Shedeur is just like all of our guys in that he has a job to do. He wants to be there for his teammates and do his job. Everything else doesn't really factor into how we go about our business.
With Sanders on the field for that last drive, the Browns had an opportunity against the Ravens last week. There are many people interested in what he can accomplish after a full week of preparation.
A lot of reps. That helps. That's one of those things, especially a quarterback and running back. You're always together in the backfield, so the better and the more reps you get, the better you get. Shedeur is very talented. He processes things fast. He learns fast. So nothing was an issue for him to just go out there, just execute and be the leader that he is. So excited for him.
Carson Schwinger, a second-round selection, has headed this strong rookie class.
From day one, he's been making plays on the practice field, and that's sometimes it's not that hard. You just kind of watch what's happening on the field, and when a linebacker in off-season program is showing up, that typically means this guy's a pretty good player because it's hard. There's no tackling, there's no run plays and that type of thing. But immediately, it was clear that he had a great handle on the X's and O's of football, the cerebral nature of football. And obviously when you're playing that middle linebacker position, you are in the middle of the nerve center and you're running the show, quote unquote. So to be able to get that right off the bat, I think is a testament to the young man. I think it's a testament to Coach Tarver, who I think does an amazing job with our young guys and our veterans. And then the physical aspect of this, of just running, hitting, tackling, intercepting the ball, those are all things that we saw from the jump with him, and certainly carried over into this season.
Yeah, it's pretty together. It's kind of like, I always say this, but it's kind of like when we come into college from high school, kind of that's our little class, we all, I live right next to Carson, so we're always talking, hanging out. So it's just kind of good to see him, keep getting better and better, and hopefully he gets that. I don't think there's anyone else in the race right now for the Rookie of the Year, so, I'd say it's him.
But running back.
However, Quinshawn Junkins, a running back, is creating a name for himself offensively and attempting to reach 620 yards on the ground. 5 touchdowns were among the majority of those following contact.
I didn't do it by myself. Big ups to my O-line, and my coaches put me in a position, but, just knowing that you can be a lot better, and just trying to go out there and correct yourself each and every week. Just guys that want to come and win, come from a lot of different teams that we've all been contenders and winning programs, so just coming with the right mindset and same intentionality.
Myles Garrett, an all-pro professional defensive end, was sick on Friday, but is expected to play on Sunday. His personal franchise mark, which he has previously established at 16 sacks in a single season, is just 1.5 sacks away from being broken, has 4 and 5 sacks in games this season, respectively. It raises the question of whether he can challenge Derek Thomas's 7 sacks against Seattle in November 1990 for the NFL record for most sacks in a game with, 7.5 or 8.
I think, like we've talked about over the years with Myles, pay attention to how he plays the run, pay attention to the tackles for loss. I think sacks get so much attention in our NFL world, in our football world, and duly, that's fine because they're important, but affecting the game in a variety of ways is so important. So just pressuring the quarterback, harassing a quarterback, making life hard on a quarterback, but also playing the run, playing physical against the run, getting tackles for loss, taking on a double team so your teammate can make a play. So, listen, the stats are what they are, and it's so impressive, but the impact on the game on a down-to-down basis, I think, is what is probably might be overlooked, but by some of the stats. Yeah, I don't think we go into games or Myles goes into games trying to hit a number. I think he goes into a game trying to do his job and affect the game in any way he can. And obviously, he's had some games here where there's been multiple sacks, and that's obviously finishing the pressure with taking the quarterback down. But we look at it at that play-to-play basis, what he's doing to affect every single down. And again, the ability to play the run should not be overlooked. There's time to reflect, so now's not necessarily the time to reflect on that. Now, do I marvel at his skill? Yes, and I marvel at it in practice. There's been many a practice that he's ruined, and that's when he's practicing versus the Browns. That's when he's practicing against another team like we do in training camp. We get to see it day in and day out, even in those settings. But yeah, probably not fair to reflect too much right now, other than to say, he's a great player for us. He's a leader for us that we follow, and we're counting on him.
But just seeing the way that he practices, he's a good leader on our team. His attention to detail, so the way he practices is definitely inspiring.
Regarding injuries, quarterback Dillon Gabriel resumed practice on Friday. However, he is still under concussion protocol. Along with receiver Jamari Thrash, who has a foot ailment, and defensive end Alex Wright, who has a quadriceps injury, he has also been ruled out. David Njoku, a tight end, will play in the interim.
Of who we are, what we do, and so it's good to have him back out there. Good to have his energy back out there, and looking forward to obviously having him feel like himself. And then, as you know, tight ends for a quarterback are a great sense of security, if you will. So I think we have a bunch of guys that can affect the game. Yeah, and I think Dave's over the course of his career has shown to always play through some unique injuries. But that knee, certainly, he's a warrior.
On Sunday, there will be a match between two teams in Vegas. Unless they draw, someone will leave with their third victory, and I don't think anyone wants to witness that. For this version of Brownie Bites, it will be enough. Please remember to subscribe to the 923 The Fan channel on YouTube. In Berea with the Browns. For Sports Radio 923, I'm Darryl Ryder.